It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood here at God's Bible School and College, and today we are going to the illustrious Dean staff, and we're going to seek out some wonderful words of wisdom. And here you'll find our very own Dean of Women, Mrs. Kaislyn Edwards, here, hard at work here at her computer. As you walk into the girls' dormitory, this is the first you'll find the Dean of Women's office here just to the corner. And Mrs. Edwards here is our Dean of Women. Mrs. Edwards, how long have you been the Dean of Women here?
This is my 5th year here.
5th year here. So she's seen some things, but she's got a lot of words of wisdom to give us here. So I've got to ask, this is just a good question I think for both dorms to ask, but what would you say would be the best survival food for someone living in the dormitory?
Well, I guess it depends on if you are like special foods or if you're just like, I need survival food. Survival food might look like granola bars or mac and cheese or pizza or something like that. Probably healthier things would be better for you long run, but I'm not your mom, so your mom can tell you to eat ingredients.
Yes, good. What would you say would be the best and the worst parts about dorm life?
I think forming friendships and having that interaction all the time can be an awesome part of dorm life, but it can also be really annoying. And hearing doors slam when you're trying to take a nap or sleep at night, things like that can, living in a community can be a wonderful thing, but it can also be rather annoying sometimes. So I think if you look at it in a positive light, you can glean a lot of really cool experiences, which is a wonderful thing.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Actually, on that note, this next question I have here, what boundaries should I put in place living in the dorm?
That's a great question. I think recognizing what your strengths and weaknesses are, so everyone is different and what they can handle or should handle might look different from the next person. So having some mentors in your life to be able to help you set those boundaries is really helpful so that, because boundaries look different for everyone, so I think having other people speak into your life about that can be a good thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Wow, I'm about to get blessed over here. That's really good. Let's talk a little bit about move-in day here on campus. That's kind of a big deal here for people that are coming here for the first time to GBS. What are some do's and don'ts? What do I need for my dorm room here? What don't I need for my dorm room?
That's a really good question. So move-in day is really exciting. I know it's nerve-wracking and exciting for students coming in, but it's also super exciting for those of us on campus. And so we try and make it a really special day and lots of excitement, lots of people to help move things in. One cool perk to the girls' dorm is there's an elevator.
Yes, amen.
Unfortunately, a lot of times it's pretty packed, so there's a little bit of a line. But that's really great. I would say you don't have to bring everything in your kitchen sink from home. We have a lot of things here, furniture, that kind of stuff. Even ironing boards, we provide that. But your basic things that you need for your living, your clothes, your laundry detergent, your sheets for your bed, all that kind of stuff, absolutely bring that and make it your home. Like your room's going to be your home for the next little while, so we want it to be a special place for you. Yeah,
very good. Very good. And we mentioned sign-in as we were coming in. You know, this is what the site that you would see if you come to sign in. Yeah. What is sign-in? What does that look like for people that come into the dorm every night?
Sure. So each night there's an on-campus curfew, or an in-dorm curfew, I guess. And throughout the week, Sunday through Thursday, that's 10 o'clock. And then the weekend, there's different hours. But we just want to make sure that each of our students are safe and on campus, and so that's why we have sign-in at night. And so basically, when you're in for the night, you just let us know here, make a check mark by your name saying you're in for the night, and then we know that you're safe.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And I've got to ask, these dreaded 2 words that always come up when people are wondering about dorm life here: room checks. What's a room check? What does that look like? Is that different for the girls? Is that something that's something that you should dread a little bit? What's some good advice you would give to be ready for those?
Yeah, good question. So we have room checks once a week, and I guess it depends on the kind of person you are. If you're a super messy person, you might dread it because your room actually needs to be tidy. If you're usually tidy, make sure your bed's clean, your laundry isn't strewn everywhere. It's not a big deal. So we just look for basics. Does it look like your going to grow nasty things in your room because you haven't cleaned it in a while, or is it a pleasant place to live?
Yeah, very good, very good. And I've got just one more question here for you, and it's kind of an open-ended question, and I know you've given some great advice already. But if you could give one piece of advice for incoming freshmen, the greatest piece, the grandioso, grandmaster piece of advice that you could give to the girls who are coming here this next fall semester, what would that be?
That's a really good question. I think sometimes when we come to college, we expect, have too high of expectations for ourselves, and we play the comparison game. And so just remembering that we're all on a journey, the students that either have been here or are coming in with you, kind of all in the same place. You're all figuring out life together. So give yourself some grace and reach out to other people, reach out to mentors. There's a lot of people here that love you and they're really wanting to help you. So don't have too high of expectations, but be yourself. And we want you to be here and we want what you bring to the table.
Yeah, awesome. Great words of wisdom from Mrs. Kaitlin Edwards. Thank you, Kaitlin.
You're welcome.
We are with the illustrious, the one, the only, the legend, Mr. Daryl Muir, Esquire the Fourth, respectfully in that order. Daryl is the Dean of Men here at God's Bible School and College. He has witnessed some things. Yeah. But we've got some questions here to ask Mr. Muir for all the people that are about to come here on campus. So, without further ado, Mr. Muir, what would you say is the best survival food for dormitory life?
Definitely chocolate.
Yes.
You know, actually, a lot of students have ramen noodles in their rooms and mac and cheese. Anything to help you keep up those late night studies.
Yes, absolutely. Anything to motivate you. Good. What should I expect about move-in day? What are some expectations there?
Well, if you're going to move into my dorm, unfortunately, there are lots of steps. But we do have lots of help also.
Yeah.
Lots of staff and faculty come out to help. Other students help. So we get things done pretty quickly.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad you mentioned steps because the next question I have for you is a very important one here. What do and don't I need for my dorm room?
Well, you don't need furniture because we provide a bed, we provide a dresser, we provide most rooms have closets, or at least a clothes rack. Some have bookshelves. You don't need video games. Leave those at home.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Good answer. Oh, and I've got to ask, what is the best part about dorm life and what's the worst part about dorm life?
The best part is you have lots of friends. The worst part is you have lots of friends. Now, you make great friends that will often last for life. It is true living with 50 other guys, which has its irritations at times, but overall it's great too.
Good, awesome. So, of course, I know you've been around for a lot of these, but those dreaded 2 words called room checks. What does a typical room check look like? What is a room check?
Well, we chain you to your bedpost while we go through your room. We look basically for neatness. Your bed needs to be made. Don't have laundry laying around. Keep your floors swept. Keep your garbage emptied out. As long as it's presentable, you'll pass.
Yes, good.
Just pretend your mom is here to look for you.
Yes, and on that note, what should I expect about the rules here on campus? Is this going to be something super strict? Is this going to be something, like, I don't know if I can live up to this? What would you say about the rules here on campus?
We do have lots of rules. All of them come from some good reason or other. Very often it's because somebody has caused a problem in the past, so they have to write a rule.
Yeah.
But we are very gentle with the rules. You're not going to remember all the rules for the first month you're here, so we'll remind you before we give you any consequences. But mainly the rules are just to keep order in a very close-knit community, so
That's good.
They're generally for good.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's good. And just one more question I have for you here, and this is kind of an open-ended one. But what would you say would be the best piece of advice you would give to an incoming freshman here that would be possibly coming next semester? What's the best advice you'd give?
I think one of the best would be choose your friends wisely, because who you hang out with is who you will be. They will affect you. Keep your focus on God. Not everybody in the Bible college is Christian. So there are some negative influences also. As long as your focus is on God, you'll do okay.
That's great.
And I would also advise you, probably not the wisest thing to date your first year. Build lots of friendships, both sexes, but hold off on dating for a year.
Yeah. Great words of wisdom. Thank you so much, Mr. Muir.
You are welcome.
Thanks for tuning in with us this week. We can't wait to see you here on campus next fall semester, and we hope that we can give you a little bit more insight as to what dormitory life looks like here at God's Bible School and College. See y'all next fall.